conference matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, the runner-up from last year's national championship, the LSU Tigers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's White. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw, it's Rayner. Fires to the right. Finds his man, it's Smith. He moves the chains and they'll mark the ball at the 33. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football, early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Trying to take it back. Inside, touchdown LSU! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There is tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
And he tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some space. Past the 20. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, LSU.
Here's the handoff. These little gains can start. Add up as he gets it up to the 34. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. The short hands. It's Hill.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after the ringing noise on third down. Looking to throw for it. Starts to scramble to the left. It's a fumble. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
Man, just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense going right down the field in 6 plays and now set up for 1st and goal.
This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing 1st and goal. From the gun. Unleashes to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to fire. Going for 6. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on third down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by scoring a touchdown. So think about who your best playmakers are and who needs to get a look on this critical third down. Whether you're running it or you're throwing it, the best players touch the ball right here.
Looking to the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
You got to love this job by the defense here in their own end. They're doing an outstanding job in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. Everybody's getting to their marks. They're breaking on the ball, and they forced 3 straight incompletions here with their backs against the wall.
Here we go on 4th and goal looking for a man. He wants it all. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
A great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
This drive will start at the 6-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
Yeah, I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent...
There he goes! He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. LSU quick to the line. Snap in the shotgun. Wide out trying to get it in. Give him 6. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. They'll pull in the squib kick inside the 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Hand off to the fullback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He wants to change this route. They go to the ground. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Back to throw. It's Rayner. Quarterback extends the play. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
It's a nice job by the receiver working past the sticks. Looked like it was going to be a first down by the offense, but how about the physical play knocking that ball loose?
Georgia sends out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This should be the last play of the quarter. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Going to try to get it himself. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Guys, LSU has the lead here, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They'll go to the ground. Got enough for the first. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
To the air on first down. He'll take a deep shot here. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Caught in the backfield, it's Riggs. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Rayner. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Calls for and makes the fair catch, but there is a penalty flag down, and we'll see what this is about.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. think they can create space here with the run to the right. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road, bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Scrambling away. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense. We saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pocket, who really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to two guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other on the inside of that D-line. That was an absolute nightmare to go up against.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got his man on the right. Tackled there by the defense.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
That last completion is still leaving them with a 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going to run it. Didn't get nearly enough done on 3rd down. He's brought down at the 31-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
That makes the score LSU 24, Georgia 7.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Fielded in the end zone. It's White. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Making side adjustments here. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced a punt. Here on 3rd down, what a great job flying to the football, getting a hit, forcing an incompletion. They may be jogging off here soon again.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's looking deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Hits him in stride of the 10. Touchdown LSU! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing.
LSU 31, Georgia 7.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Pressure coming. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Another off throw from this quarterback, and they knew coming into the game that they were going to have success. They had to be efficient throwing the football, and they have not been that so far. Whether it's been pass pro, bad routes, bad throws, they're not getting it done right now through the air.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Rayner. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack.
2-9 Philly.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Georgia sends out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Floating away. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds. As long as it passes the line of scrimmage, we go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. They'll open this third quarter with a run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Second down, he'll throw it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Pulls it in down the sideline. Turning it on. Touchdown, Tigers. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Might be calling a hot route. Gives it on the option. after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
You used to see option football all the time. Now you see less of it, but you see the quarterbacks, they don't want to get hit. They want to pitch the ball right here as fast as possible, get it to the running back. But now I've got some distance away from everybody, all the big bodies, the defensive end. I pitched it to him out in space. Now he has to go out there and do his damage. The old school option play, baby.
Quick timeout called by the offense after the play.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Rides to back and leaves it. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Looking downfield, it's Rayner. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
The offense changing the play. Now the play fake. Into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Makes the grab down the middle. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. They want to run this quarterback. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Yeah, and he calls his own number, tries to go get the first down, but he just couldn't get to it. Nice job by the defense, locking in, not letting him get that extra couple yards that he needed to get the big first down.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Gives them a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Lining up to convert third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And the returner will be brought down. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
So now it's 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Trying to beat the D deep. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. This drive will open from the 15. He leaves it with the back. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you some spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to.
Intercepted, and finally, this defense makes a play. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Georgia! What a play! Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And stop it. How about back-to-back weeks with pick sixes? This guy is now making plays, not just for his defense. He's scoring points, and I promise you the locker room is a lot of fun. Mr. Pick Six, he's going to get a lot of congratulations and a lot of accolades this week.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Using his legs, it's Humphries. Oh, he's got some space. At the 30. The 10. No one there to stop him, except the fella in the striped shirt who threw the penalty flag. This one might be coming back. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
Georgia, 14.
And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They'll go right back to the run. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He wants to take the top off. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And how about that? This team is way up in this game, and they're still taking shots in the 4th quarter. There is no let-up.
Kick is in the air. Wants to bring it back. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went gang tackle.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Gets the back moving. Looking for a man. It's Rayner. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Quarterback may change this route. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays. And now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
And I tell you what, you see this a lot. 4th down, I'm putting pressure on the quarterback. The defense brings the blitz. They have no answer. Nice job being aggressive on a big 4th down.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own. Unleashes one deep. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the 4th quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
Goes to the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Looking left. Makes the grab. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Georgia going up tempo.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves.
They got the play, bottle up, fumble, it's out. Defense trying to take it back. Got a lot of room to the right. At the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. How about this defense taking one back to the house? That score will give them a little room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And I love the way they break on the football, swarm to the football. This is why you do it, because sometimes the ball comes out, the linebacker picks it up, and tell you what, the big fella shows some speed, takes it all the way back for 6.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Using his feet. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. To give to the big fullback. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
691, Gators score. Ringo.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. You know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And this defense has put a game together. It is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. And some room to work. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy 2nd down situations with some positive runs on 1st down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
Georgia looking to convert this 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. Got some room into the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Looking for the 2-point try.
29 filling. 2-9
On the option. Now the toss. This time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. So after scoring the touchdown, he tried to tack on the two-point conversion but was denied. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football. Man, this has been impressive.
Throws to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Snagged out of the air. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the first down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. Hey, listen, catch the football, understand fourth and short, the situation, and then go get that first down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
Under fire. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Oh, he just misses on the big downfield shot. And I think some people think that's a difficult throw to make. But I'll tell you what, a lot of times you put a little air underneath it. You just trust your guy more than you trust the DB. But it's hard to do when you overshoot your wide receiver.
Using his legs to buy some time. He gets it inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17. The Tigers are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. They're going to go to the air on third and short. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown LSU! And the beatdown has ensued. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They'll line up to go for two. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Makes the grab in the end zone for the two as they extend the lead. So they covered 42 yards on the drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown.
Number 32, set to kick it away.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. After this, it'll be a wrap. Scanning the field, it's Rayner. Fires to the right. He makes the catch. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build on this win moving ahead because they've got bigger goals down the road there.
They do, and they've shown you some good flashes throughout the season, man. Some moments that really say this team could be really, really good. And so I think you continue to improve. You know at the end of the season, I get to take a vacation. Wherever the bowl game is, we get a free trip with my boys, but there's some work to be done still.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.